Hi! Welcome to my journey. This is Miss Carr and I am inviting you to learn with me. Are you ready? Let's go! Hello guys! So pag-usapan naman natin ang about sa simple interest, okay? So alam natin ng interest, yan lang yung tubo or yung amount na idinagdag if ever maghihiram ka ng pera or mag-i-invest ka ng pera. Okay? So let's say you went to a bank and then nanghiram ka ng 10,000 pesos. Okay? So we have 10,000 and then after let's say 1 year or 2 years, yung pera mo naging 12,000. So, ibig sabihin, yung bangko, nagdagdag siya ng 2,000 as interest. Okay? So, yung tawag sa 2,000 na yan is interest amount. Or, another example, nag-invest ka ng money sa isang company. So, let's say, naglagay ka ng 50,000 sa ABC company and then, after so many years, that 50,000 became 73,000. Okay? So, nadagdagan siya ng 23,000. So, yung 23,000 na yan yung interest amount. Okay? Na nadagdag dun sa in-invest mo. Okay? So, we have two types of interest and that is simple interest and compound interest. But, today, ang i-discuss lang natin is about simple interest. Okay? Okay, so this is the formula for a simple interest, okay? So we have I equals PRT. So yung I dyan, that is the interest. P is the principal or the initial value. So yung example natin kanina, yan yung hiniram natin sa bangko or yung ininvest natin na amount, okay? And then yung R is yung interest rate, so that is in percent. And then T is the time or the years, okay? So, I equals PRT, we could also write as P times R times T, okay? So, let's have example. So, for example, hiram ako ng pera sa kaibigan ko na 500 pesos. So, that is the principal amount, yung hiniram ko, okay? And then, ang sabi niya, 3% yung interest rate. Nababayaran ko after 2 years. So, yung time ko is 2 years. Okay? So, yung hahanapin natin is yung interest amount. Okay? So, let's use the formula for that. So, I equals P times R times T. So, we have the principal is 500 times yung rate na 3%. So, dahil naka-percent pa siya, gawin nating decimal and that is 0.03. So, kung alala nyo yung video tungkol sa percent, so ang gagawin lang natin to convert that into decimal is to divide 3% or the 3 into 100. Or just simply move that sa pakaliwa ng dalawang steps. Okay? So, let's try to divide 3 and 100. So, we have 3 divided by 100. So, that is the decimal conversion of 3%. Okay? So, let's multiply it here. And then, multiply it by the time, which is 2 years. Okay? So, let's solve. Let's just use the calculator for that. So, 500 times 0.03 times 2. So, the interest amount is 30 pesos. Okay? So, yun lang guys ang pagkuha ng interest amount. Now, what if hindi interest amount yung kukunin natin? Pero isa sa kanila. Like, yung principal, yung rate, tsaka yung time. Okay, so what we need to do is to just manipulate the formula. So, kapag ang hanapin natin is yung P or the principal, so what we need to do is to divide the interest amount by the product of rate and time. Okay? So, let's have example. So, yung interest amount natin is 30 pesos. And then, yung rate na ginamit natin is 3%. So, that is 0.03 times yung years na 2. Right? Then, So, 30 over, so multiply natin si 0.03 and 2. Okay, so 0.03 times 2, so that is 0.06. Then let's divide the 30 and 0.06. So the answer is 500 pesos. So that is our principal or yung inutang natin. So tama yung sagot natin, right? So what if ang hahanapin naman is yung rate? So ang formula for the rate is yung I over yung product naman ni principal at saka ni time. Okay? So yung rate natin, yung interest amount natin is 30 divided by dun sa principal times year, so 500 times 2. So let's solve. 30 over 500 times 2 is 1,000. Okay, so let's divide 30 and 1,000. Okay, so the answer is 0.03. Okay, but since interest rate is in percent, so i-convert natin tong decimal into percent by multiplying it by 100. Okay, so the answer here is 0.03, pero gawin natin percent kaya i-multiply natin sa 100. So, multiply natin siya sa 100. So, the answer is 3. And then, just put the percent sign. Okay? So, that is the rate. Now, what if ang hanapin natin is yung time? So, the formula for that is interest over the product of principal and the rate. So, yung interest amount is 30. And then, the principal is 500 times yung rate na 3%. Okay? So, let's solve. So, 30 over 500 times 0.03. Let's use the calculator. That's 15. Okay, and then 30 divided by 15, that is 2. So, the time is 2 years. Alright? So, ganun lang guys. Kapag magsasagot tayo later ng word problem, gagamitin natin yung mga formula. Okay? Okay, so let's have examples. So, the first example is, how much interest is earned in 5 years on 4,000 pesos invested at an interest rate of 9% per year? Okay, so per year yan guys, hindi ko lang nasulat. So, ang hinahanap is yung interest amount. Okay, yung tubo. Ang sabi dyan, magkano yung magiging interest kung yung 4,000 pesos in-invest natin sa in a 9% interest rate in 5 years. Okay, so let's identify first yung mga given natin. So, 5 years, that is our time. And then, yung 4,000 na in-invest, that is the principal. And then, yung 9%, of course, that is the interest rate. Okay? So, yung hanapin natin is yung interest amount. Okay, so let's solve. So, we have I equals P times R times T. Okay, so the principal is 4,000 times dun sa rate na 9%. So, before we multiply it to 4,000, dapat naka-convert muna yung 9% into decimal. And that is 0.09. Okay? So, and then times by the year or the time, and that is 5 years. So, we have now 4,000 times 0.09 times 5. So, let's use the calculator for that. 1,000 times 0.09 times 5. Okay, so the interest amount is 1,800. Okay? So, kung iisipin nyo guys, kahit hindi nyo gamitin yung formula, just understand kung ano yung hinihingi niya. Ang sabi, di ba, ang interest rate na binigay is 9%. So, kunin natin yung 9% nung ininvest natin na 4,000. Okay? So, Let's use the calculator for that. So, 4,000 times 0.09. So, 360. So, ibig sabihin, yung 360, yan yung interest amount or tubo kada year, sa bawat year. Okay? So, dahil 5 years siyang nag-invest, so ibig sabihin, yung 360 na tubo every year, ita-times lang natin yan into 5. Okay? So, 360 times 5. So, we have the same answer, 100 or 1,800. Okay? So, same lang din yung sagot natin kanina. Next, what interest rate do we require to get 10,000 pesos of interest money generated from investing 20,000 pesos for 3 years? Okay, so this time, ang hinahanap is yung interest rate. Okay? So, ang sabi dyan, anong interest rate daw para makakuha ng 10,000 pesos as interest amount? Okay? Or tubo, mula dun sa ininvest na 20,000 pesos for 3 years. Okay, so let's identify the given first. So, first we have 10,000 na interest amount. So, that is our interest amount. And then, we have 20,000 na ininvest. So, that is the principal. And then, yung years, not 3. So, that is our time. Okay? So, yung hanapin natin is yung interest rate. Okay? So, let's use the formula. So, we have rate equals I over P times time. So, yung interest rate or yung interest amount natin is 10,000 over yung principal times time. So, yung principal is 20,000 times years. So, that is 3. 10,000 over, so 20,000 times 3, that is 60,000. So, ngayon, i-divide na natin sila. Okay? So, we have 10,000 divided by 60,000. Alright, so that is the answer. Let's just convert it or round it off to the nearest 100. So, it will become 0.17. Okay. Since interest rate yung hinahanap, we should convert this into percent by multiplying it by 100. Okay? So, 0.17 times 100. So, the answer is 17%. Okay? So, that is the interest rate na kailangan para magkaroon ng 10,000 interest amount or tubo kapag nag-invest ng 20,000 for 3 years. Okay? Next, how long does Ron need to invest for 1,000 pesos at 3.33% per year to earn 800 pesos of interest money? Okay, so this time, yung hanapin natin is yung time. Okay? Kasi tinatanong how long. Okay? And then, ang scenario is, gaano katagal i-invest ni Ron yung pera niya na 4,000 pesos na may interest na 3.33% at ang tutubuin niya is 800 pesos. Okay? So, let's identify our given. So, we have 4,000. Yan yung amount na in-invest. So, that is 4,000 pesos. And then, 3.33%, that is the rate. Okay? And the 800 pesos is the interest amount. Okay. So, yung hinahanap natin is yung time. Okay? So, let's use the formula for that. So, time is equals to interest amount divided by the principal times the rate. Okay? So, interest amount is 800 pesos over the principal, which is 4,000 pesos times yung rate na 3.33. Okay, so before natin i-multiply sa percent, dapat naka-decimal siya. So, again, when we convert percent into decimal, i-divide lang natin yung percent into 100 or we'll just move the decimal point pakaliwa ng dalawang steps. Okay, so i-divide na lang natin siya sa 100. Okay, so that is the decimal equivalent of 3.33%. Okay, so let's solve. So we have 800 over, so 4,000 times 0.0333. So we have 133.2. So let's divide 800 and 133.2, and the answer is 6.006 and so on. So let's round it off to the whole number, okay? So the answer for this is 6 years. So yun yung time na hinahanap natin. So ibig sabihin, Ron need to invest his money na 4,000 pesos na merong interest rate na 3.33% ng 6 na taon para yung tutubuin niya is 800 pesos. Okay? Next, Camille borrowed money on 22% simple interest for 1 year to buy some expensive Christmas gift. When she paid back a loan a year later, 440 pesos interest was charged. What was the original amount she borrowed? Okay, so yung hinahanap is yung original amount. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung principal yung nawawala. Okay? So, let's identify our given. So, first we have 22%, so that is our rate. And then 1 year, that is our time. And then 440 pesos, and that is our interest amount. Okay, so yung nawawala is yung principal. So let's use the formula to solve this. So P is equals to interest amount over rate times time. So the interest amount is 440 pesos, and the rate is 22%. So the 22% will be converted into decimal, and that is 0.22. Okay? Times yung time, which is 1 year. So let's solve. So 0.22 times 1. So 0.22 lang din yan. So let's divide. So we have 440 divided by 0.22, and the answer is 2,000. So ibig sabihin, yung money na hiniram ni Camille to buy the expensive gift is 2,000 pesos. Okay?